guys, so today we're going to talk about the Deadpool drawing I did. Sorry if I sound a little weird, I woke up with kind of a weird throat today. But let's jump right into this. So I think Deadpool is kind of a fun and a little bit of an easy character to draw just because you just have to know how to draw the muscles and the eyes on his suit. The rest is kind of just all kind of set out for you. It's kind of easy. Apart from where others you have to draw faces and things like that, obviously. But a couple times here I mess up. I will say that. I mean, every artist has his or hers time in which they mess up every once in a while. But Deadpool for me is probably one of my favorite characters. One of the harder parts on Deadpool, I'd have to say, would be either the satchel that he has, not a satchel, what is it called, a belt, a utility belt type thing, I can't talk right now. And the hands are probably harder. But apart from that, he's pretty simple. I mean, if you think about it, you just gotta do some shading, and for me at least, shading was always fun, so I never had a problem shading. Another part that I oddly had problems with was drawing these circles on his mask. Now, I didn't have problems this time around while I was drawing it, but I've drawn him, I think, 3 or 4 times, and I've had problems with those circles like each and every time. It's funny. And the eyes I messed up a couple times just then, but they went pretty easily. I just had to get the right position going, and now we're into the shading portion of the video. So there's the part when you're shading a superhero, you gotta get obviously the pecs, the abs, you gotta make that all show through the costume, and that's always kind of fun to do, to toy around with. One thing about Deadpool for sure that I know when you're shading him is you have to get the blacks of his costume darker than the red part, which I think here I go too light on the black part and then shade the red, and then it turns out to be almost just as black as the actual black part, so I think I had to go back and darken it up a little bit. But it's definitely lots of fun to toy around with. For sure, Deadpool probably has to be one of my favorite characters. He always felt to me a little too overpowered and stuff, but we can talk about that later, I guess. So with the shading, obviously you can see I'm making some places darker, some places lighter. The shoulder especially, you can see that. And that's just so you can see muscle joints and stuff, you know, just so you know he's a superhero and he's super strong and stuff and agile. Of course, I missed a couple part down here just where his like leg straps are. I kind of missed that the first time around, so I just kind of added that in real quick there. But yeah, I've seen some really hardcore artists where they like try super hard to draw and it takes them like 20 hours to get a Deadpool done. I believe this took me around 40-30 minutes to do. You know, I like to sketch more than draw, because drawing, I remember, takes hours. I remember I did an Elsa drawing just of the face, and the shading took a whole hour and the drawing took a whole hour, so it's kind of, I usually don't like to do that kind of stuff. I'm usually more of a sketch type person, but that's just my point. You can do whatever you want, and obviously I know I didn't say this yet, but if you're trying to draw what I'm doing, pause and play as you need to. That's kind of just a given. Now I think we're almost to the point where we're wrapping up the video. If you did like what you saw, obviously give it a thumbs up or a like. If you have anything you want me to draw or anything like that, leave it in the comments. And feel free to subscribe. Obviously every subscriber counts. I know that, you should know that. And definitely look at my other channel. I have at least one other drawing up there. I think it was Deathstroke that I did. But definitely check that out, guys. So I will catch you in the next video. Manifest out.